All right, everybody. I'm hoping to get this done correctly. I had a little snafu the first time around. So let's see if I can't get this to do better here in the second phase. And we'll see how we're doing. It should be starting, I would think. Thought it did. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. Am I recording anything, or is the stream going on? Because my stream is not showing up on my computer for whatever reason. Now something might be kicking in. Let's take a look here. Okay, we are here. Okay, now it's just a matter of getting everything in place. I've got everything too close, so I need to bump this up a bit, it would appear, to be able to fit everything. So let's get this where it needs to be. That's still not good, is it? I don't know why it's giving me trouble today, tonight rather. Don't have any idea why this is giving me this much trouble. It should not be giving me this much trouble. It never gave me this much trouble before. Let me try something one more time. See if that helps reset it. Boy, that went up too far. Hey, Craig, I'm just trying to get this stuff straight here. See if this is going to help. See, it's making it too doggone close. I don't get it. I don't understand because it's making things too close and I can't get everything in camera, in view. And I don't know why. It's very, very weird. This is not working the way I want it to work, and I don't know why. Because this is very, very strange that it's doing this. Should not be doing this. I don't know if I have it. Hello, Dwayne. I don't know if I have this thing set up wrong or whatever, but it is not doing what I want it to do. That is for sure. Because you should be able to see the whole freaking thing here. I mean, I can see it on my phone. I can see the whole thing, but on my computer screen, unless my computer screen is screwed up. Maybe I didn't have my computer screen all the way up here. That's probably what it is. Ah, that's what it is. I didn't have my computer screen all the way up. No wonder it was looking weird. All right, let me go fix this a little bit better. Sorry for the confusion. Let's see if I can't get this a little bit better to start us out so you can see everything at least. At least hopefully see everything. Probably could get a little tighter actually, so let's try it again. Let's get back to hello Mark, how you doing? I'm just bear with me while I'm trying to hello midlife. I'm just trying to get everything to where it shows, but then it's close enough where you can see the cards. That's what I'm trying to do. So hopefully this is a good spot right there. All right, so San Diego Padres, Los Angeles Dodgers, 2023, part of the Demolition League. This is game one for each one of these teams. And I am using the exact starting lineups that these teams used the first time they faced a left-handed pitcher. So Snell is on the mound for the Padres, a left-hander. Blake Snell and Julio Urias is on there for the Dodgers. So what I did is I went back to the opening, either the opening day game or the second game, whatever it was when they played a lefty, and I'm using the starting lineups from that exact thing just to start out. Now, once the league gets going, then I'll mix and match the lineups and so forth. But that's what I'm doing. So we have Bogarts at short, Soto in left, Machado at third, Cruz DH, Cronenworth first base, Nola catching, Kim at second, Grisham in center, and a Zokar in right. Fernando Tatis is on the roster, but on the bench because he had missed the first part of the season, so I didn't want to start him on opening day. For the Dodgers, it's Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, J.D. Martinez, Max Muncy, Chris Taylor, Vargas at second base. That would be Miguel Vargas. Trace Thompson in center, Miguel Rojas at short, and Austin Barnes, the catcher. Ballpark effects, I'll show it on here because my handwriting is not very good. We have good weather in L.A., so singles are 1 to 2 and 1 to 5, lefties and righties. Home runs, though, are 1 to 15 and 1 to 18. So never thought of Dodger Stadium as being a home run park, but sure is listed that way by Strat-O-Matic. got the Los Angeles colored dice. And if we look at the pitching matchup as far as holding runners and whatnot, neither pitcher is any good at holding runners. Well, Urias is, but Snell is terrible. He's a +5. So Snell's +5, and the catcher, Austin Nola, is a +2 for +7, but +5 is as much as you can have. Urias is a 0, but Austin Barnes is a +3. So we've got +3 for Urias, +5 for Snell on the holding the runners. Robbing the home run. Okay, what I can try to go over that with you. If you're looking, let's look at Urias's card right here. Let me see if I can get it up closer so you can see it on the video. Let me try to answer that for you, Mark, if I can get this focused correctly. All right. You see that 5-2 where it's got in home run 1 to 10 and a fly ball to right 1 to 20. I'm sorry, 11 to 20 on the D20. The robbing the home run comes into play when you either roll a 10 or an 11 in this particular instance. If you get the high number, the last number on what they call the safe range, or the first number in the out range, that is what triggers the robbing the home runs. Now, a couple things take into place. You got to figure out if the wall is high enough or small enough. No, if it's small enough or low enough, I should say, for somebody to rob the home run, it could be a wall you can't get to. Dodger Stadium, I don't know for sure if you can rob the home run. I think you can. I would have to let me pull out the chart for the regular ballpark effects, not the weather effects, and see if it gives anything about Los Angeles here. An asterisk to the left of the team indicates it cannot be robbed for a lefty. All right, so according to this, Los Angeles, you can rob home runs. So in this instance, now I'm sorry, Canadian, my thing got messed up, so I had to redo it. That's what happened there. So in this instance, it's a fly ball to right field. So what you would be doing to rob a home run, first of all, like I said, the roll would have to be either a 10 or an 11 on the D20. Once you get that, then it goes to this book, in the book here, robbing home runs, and it goes by the outfielder's rating. So let's say that the right fielder for the Dodgers is Mookie Betts, which it is in this game. So Mookie Betts defensively is a 1. See here, he's a 1 with a E0 and a -3. That's Mookie Betts. He's a 1. He's a 1. So if we go to the book, outfielder rating of 1, robbing home runs. All right, if it's the last number in the home run range, which in this case would have been a 10, so we roll a 10, then we're in this column. If we roll an 11, which is the first number in the out range, it's this column. So he's a 1, so that means if we hit the last number in the home run range, he can rob it on a 1 to 3. It'd be a home run 1 to 3 and a fly out 4 to 20, I should say. So because he's better defensively, he's a 4 defensively, then robbing a home run almost doesn't happen. But a good outfielder like a 1, that means 1 to 3 is a home run, 4 to 20 is the out range. So that's the way that works for robbing home runs. I choose not to do it because just, I don't know. It just, something may trigger me to do it at some point. I got enough stuff going on already that I didn't really want to get into that. So, but that's how it's done on that page. But it's also done by the height of the wall. Now I need to fix the focus. It's also done by the height of the wall, depending on the stadium. And they tell you on the Strat-O-Matic ballpark effects, not the weather effects, but the standard ballpark effects, they tell you, they put an asterisk. They put an asterisk by any place you can't rob a home run. Like Chicago has an asterisk on the left side and the right side, which means you can't rob home runs for either lefties or righties. Some of them, like Colorado, you can rob. It says a rob. Asterisk to the left of the team indicates that a home run cannot be robbed for a lefty batter. So in Colorado, you can't rob home runs for a lefty batter because they have a big scoreboard out there, but you can for a righty. Same with Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh got that big scoreboard in right field, so you can rob it here, but you can't rob it there. Same with Washington. They also have a big scoreboard in right field. So that's kind of, in a nutshell, how that works. All right, let's get this game going. Julio Urias is your pitcher. And like I said, on the 23 season, he was 11-8 with a 4.60 ERA. And Xander Bogaerts will lead things off for the Padres, or the Friars, however you want to call it. Now let's see, let me see if I need to fix the focus one more time. I think I do. I'm putting all that stuff in there. All right, so hopefully now that is showing up okay. I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping it shows okay. Hoping it shows okay. What I may do, I might do the old, because I used to like the way he did it back in the day, was Tenacious Earl, where he would hold the batter cards in his hand and have the pitcher card on the table. So that way, when the batter card comes up, it's much easier to see when there's a batting situation. So I may do that. I haven't decided yet. That's a possibility, but I'm going to try to leave it down here, but my eyesight is not that great, so I don't know how well you guys can see that. I'm hoping you can see it okay. I don't want to get too much lower because I'm going to lose some of the peripheries if I do, so I better, I mean, that might take me out of the zoom right there. I don't know. I think we're okay this way. Let me bump this up so you can make sure you see the line score and the dice tray. Okay, so now I think we're okay. All right, we're going to try it this way and see how it goes. All right, here is Urias to Xander Bogaerts. 3-6 for Bogaerts against the lefty. Struck him out. One away, and that brings up Juan Soto. Now a current Yankee, of course. 6-6, and that's another strikeout. So Urias, despite the bad ERA, has struck out the first two he has faced. And now here's Manny Machado. 5-4. That is a fly ball center field X. Center fielder for the Dodgers is Trace Thompson. And he's a 3 with an E1. So he's probably not going to make an error, but his range is a 3, which is only average. So it's possible this might fall. 3-20, though, that's going to be caught. 1-11 is almost guaranteed to be a good play, because with the E1, as a center fielder, E1, the only error you can have is a 17. So that's not a 17, so the play is made. And it's a 1-2-3 inning as the Padres go quietly here in the first. So nothing happening for San Diego. And we go to the bottom of the first. It's Padres nothing, and the Dodgers coming to bat. Blake Snell, 14-9 with a 2.25 ERA. I believe he did win the Cy Young in 2023. He is on the bump, and he will be facing Mookie Betts. So Blake Snell against Mookie Betts. That's a 3-8 for Betts against the left. He's going to pop it to short. So one away. And that'll bring up Freddie Freeman, first baseman. Does very well against lefties. They don't seem to bother him. 2-7, but this time he flies to center. That's hauled in out there by Grisham. 2 up and 2 down for J.D. Martinez, the designated hitter. Now, I still got to get used to the DH in the National League. Snell, 2-10 for Martinez. Strikeout plus injury, so it's a chance that Martinez can miss some time. That's why it's a demolition league. All bets are off on injuries. But however, an injury will only be 1/3 because it's 1/3 of a season. So whatever his injury turns out to be, we divide it by 3. So J.D. Martinez, looking at the batter injury check. So we'll roll the D20 and see what happens. That's a 1, so he's going to remain in the game. He's okay. So J.D. Martinez shakes it off. His pride is wounded by the strikeout, but his body stays in the game. And it's 3 up, 3 down for the men in blue. So after one complete, we got no score from Dodger Stadium. Urias back out. And he'll be facing the designated hitter, Nelson Cruz. 1-4 for Cruz against the lefty. Another strikeout. So Cruz is out of there, and Urias is doing very well for himself. Here's Jake Cronenworth. 5-4 against a left-hander is a fly ball center field X. We're back to Trace Thompson again. He's a 3-E1. 17 is the only way he makes an error. Just a matter whether he gets to it. He does. That's a 13, so there's no error there. He gets to that. And that's 2 away. For the catcher, Austin Nola. 6-5 against a right-hander is a ground ball to third. Easy play for Max Muncy, and it's a 1-2-3 inning once again for Urias. And the Pods go quietly. We go to the bottom of the second. And Max Muncy, who just made that play, will lead off with the men in blue. Max Muncy, lefty on lefty against Snell. 4-6, and that is a strikeout for Snell. So the pitchers are having their way right now. Here's Chris Taylor, the Swiss Army knife of the Dodgers. He plays a little bit everywhere. Plays left, center, second, short, and third. 3-12, and that's a fly to left. That's 2 down. So both pitchers not giving an inch. Here's Miguel Vargas, second baseman. He's actually, first time I've seen this in a while for a regular. He's a 5 at second base. That's amazing. A 5 at second base. Unbelievable. Snell, 2-7, struck him out. Another 1-2-3 inning. And nothing doing for either team. All right, we go to the top of the third. Urias back out. We'll be facing Kim, Grisham, and Zokar. So Ha-Sung Kim playing second base in this one. 3-6 to a lefty. It's a ground ball to short. And the good pitching continues. Here's Trent Grisham. 4-12 against a lefty for Urias. Is an in-home run chance, but it is ballpark effect. But it's a 1-15, and Grisham does have normal power. That's a 4. It is gone. Trent Grisham takes Urias deep. And so much for the pitching duel right there. Trent Grisham, let's look at it again, 4-12. That's a straight-up in-home run chance on a, I'll show it closer maybe so you can see it better. 4-12 is an in-home run chance right there with the ballpark effect. And the ballpark effect, 1-15. And Grisham does have normal power. He's got the N there for normal power. Grisham hit 13 home runs on the season, so Grisham deposits that one, and it's 1-0 Padres. Hello, Mr. Robert. How are you? So here's Jose Azokar against Urias. 4-6, and that's a ground ball to short. We're out number 2. That'll flip the order over to Xander Bogaerts. 4-6, and that's a ground ball to short again. All 3 outs turned in by the shortstop, Rojas. And that's going to end the inning. But the Padres do get the run on the home run by Grisham. And we go to the bottom of the third. It's 1-0 San Diego. As they've turned it over to Blake Snell. See what he can do. What project is this? This is the Demolition League number 2. I'm just starting out. It's more of a test to see how the analog version of Strat-O-Matic looks. But I'm using it to do this too because I want to get more Strat in. Still haven't forgot about the 67 inside pitch. I'm still doing that. And still doing the game of the week, obviously. But I was only playing Strat 1 game a week. I wanted to play more, so I'm doing this. No time frame on this. I'm not rushing this one at all. And in fact, once the NBC game of the week is over, then I'll probably really dig into this. But it is the Demolition League number 2. All right, so here is Blake Snell to Trace Thompson. 4-9 against a right-hander. That's a walk. So first base runner, and it's a walk to Trace Thompson. He is not a very good base stealer. He needs a 3 to get the jump. Stole 2 bases, only got caught, and didn't get caught at all, but his attempts are way down, so we're not going to send him. In fact, they won't even hold him. First time on the Havoc roll, though, nothing happening. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing it, and I'm kind of not doing it. I'm just, I'm doing a lot of it on the computer on my own, but every once in a while I'll I'll play a game. So I at least want to play one game with all 10 teams so you can see who the teams are. And so that's kind of what I'm doing now. Once I get it going more, I'll probably play it mostly offline or on my computer. So just what's going on. 3-6 for Rojas is a ground ball pitcher B. So that's a fielder's choice. It's going to go 1-4. As Snell throws to Kim for the force. And there's one away. Now, Rojas will have to be held on. He runs much better. In fact, to get a jump, he needs a 4 or a 5. And the fact that the Snell-Nola combination is a +5. If he gets the jump, it's a 1-19. So he needs a 4 or a 5 to get the lead. Does not get it, so he will be held, but he won't go anywhere. So here's Austin Barnes with 1 out. Infield looking for the double play. 5-2 against the right-hander is a strikeout. So he strikes out Barnes for out number 2. And now back to Mookie Betts. Mookie, you better, you bets. Nothing on the Havoc. Snell to Betts. 2-6 to Betts. That's a 1-3 home run. 4-20 is a double. That's a 13. It will be a double for Mookie Betts. Now the question is, can Rojas score? He was being held, so it comes in. It changes down to an 11, but there are 2 outs, makes it 13. The double is assumed to go to center field. When it's not listed, it's assumed to go to center. And the center fielder in this case is Grisham. Grisham is a -2 arm. All right, so let's figure all this stuff out. So that basically cancels out the 2 out thing. So if we go look back at the base runner, Rojas, he's a 12. Was being held, makes him an 11. The 2 outs gives him a 13, but the -2 brings it back to an 11. So it's a 1-11 to try to score with 2 outs, or you can hold him and see if Freddie Freeman does anything. It's a 55% chance they're going to send him. And he makes it. So he will score. And Betts will take third on the throw. So they gambled, but didn't pay off. Mookie Betts, an RBI double that ties the game. He does move to third with 2 outs on that throw. And now here's Freddie Freeman. And Freddie Freeman is not afraid of lefties. 5-5, and that's another big chance here. 1-4 is a homer. That's a 1. It is long, and it is gone. Freddie Freeman, a 2-run shot. And just a blink of an eye, the Dodgers have a 3-1 lead over the Padres. And Blake Snell, Mr. Cy Young, is getting roughed up big time. Here's JD. 6-3 is a strikeout, but damage done. For the Dodgers, they get 3 runs. They do it on the 2 hits. That leadoff walk came back to roost and cost them, because that led to the Rojas being on base, and then the double and the home run took care of business. So we go to the 4th, and it is 3-1 favor the men in blue. Juan Soto, the batter. Padres try to come back best they can. 6-4, ground ball third base X. That's Muncy. And I just happen to have Muncy's card right up top here because he's next in line to bat. Muncy is a 4E22. So not very good, a 4E22. 4 and a 10 is iffy. Let's check the 4 and the 10 for a third baseman. 4 and a 10 is a G3. He'll get to it. That is a 9. And he is an E22 at third base. All right, E22. E22. There is no 9, so it's a good play. Shaky, but he does it. And that will take care of Mr. Soto to start the inning. 1 down for Manny Machado. 4-3, and that is a ballpark home run straight up. 1-18, that's a 6. That's gone. You know Manny Machado has the power. That is long gone. 3-2 ball game as Manny Machado goes deep. 2 solo homers, Grisham and Machado. And the Padres have cut the lead to 3-2. As Urias is getting lit up with the gopher ball. 5-9 against Cruz is a ground ball shortstop X. That is Rojas. And Miguel Rojas is a 1E10. With nobody on base, you don't need to roll D20 because as a 1, he's going to get to everything. We're just checking E10 at short. So the E10 at short, he's got to avoid 16, 17, 18, and a 3. As long as he avoids those 4 numbers, he's good. And he does. So it's good play for Rojas for out number 2. And that brings up Cronenworth, first baseman. 2-8 against the lefty. He's going to pop it up to first, and Freddie Freeman is there to end the inning. But the solo shot from Machado has cut the lead to 3-2. Padres right back in this thing. Both pitchers have 6 for their fatigue, so should not have any issues about being fatigued at all. Max Muncy will lead things off against Snell. 1-9, struck him out. Max Muncy 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Brings up Chris Taylor. 2-7, and that's a walk. So 1-out walk to Taylor. And let's see if he can get a jump, get the lead. That needs a 5 or a 6 to get the lead. It's a 5. He gets the lead, so he's a 19. Minus 2 for Benhall is a 17, but they're plus 5, so that's a 20, which in turn is a 19, highest you can get. And he's in there. Stolen base for Chris Taylor. He takes advantage of the Snell-Nola combination to steal that base easily. Taylor will be held at second base. So that means Kim is responsible. There's a 1. Chance for a wild pitch, and Blake Snell is a 16. And it will be a wild pitch. So not only is it steal second, but it goes to third on the wild pitch by Snell. Now the infield's going to have to come in. They have no choice. They're going to have to come in. I'm not doing back-to-back wild pitches, sorry. 3-7, and that is a fly ball center field B question mark. Possible sacrifice fly. So, for those that want to learn that rule or are unsure of a B question mark rule, let's look up the textbook and see what it says. All right, so basically what you're doing here is you're taking the runner speed and the outfielder's arm, and you're going to add 2 to it. And then you get a safe range, a hold range, and 20, he's out. I'm sorry, that's going second to third. Going home, you can be out. My bad. Let's try this again. So the runner on third is Taylor. He runs at a 15. The fly ball went to center field, and Grisham, center field, has an arm of -2. So we take the 15 and the -2 for a 13. So 1 to 13 he would score, but a 14 through 20 he's going to be out. So the question is, do you want to try to send him? They're going to send him. 1 to 13, we got a sacrifice fly. And we do. Sacrifice fly works. That scores Taylor. And the Dodgers now take a 4-2 lead on the sacrifice fly off the bat of Vargas. That brings up Trace Thompson with 2 outs and the bases clear. 3-5. Strikeout plus injury, so another injury chance. This one for Trace Thompson. He only had 153 bats all season, so that's why the injury comes up on such a prominent number. So we go to our injury chart once again and see if he's going to miss any time. 1 to 4, he's going to be okay. 5 or 6 remains in the game. 7 or higher, he's going to miss some time. That's a 9, so he's going to miss 1 game. And we cut him in third, so basically he's just going to miss the rest of this game. So he'll be eligible for the next game. He's just going to have to come out of this game. So Trace Thompson is going to be injured, and he'll have to be replaced by another center fielder. And that center fielder is going to be James Outman. James Outman will come in. He's a lefty, so that's why they didn't start him today. But he's normally their starting outfield or center fielder, so he'll be in there for Thompson the rest of the way. So Outman is your new center fielder, as Thompson strikes out to end the inning. So Outman, your new center fielder. The run comes home on the sacrifice fly, makes it a 4-2 game as we go to the fifth. All right, here is Austin Nola, catcher. 1-6 against the lefty. He's going to pop it to third. Muncy is there, one away for Hassan Kim. 5-6 against a right-hander, struck him out. So Urias, except for the 2 gopher balls, he's pitched perfectly since. Other than those 2 things, the only 2 hits he's given up have been solo homers. There's Grisham, 3-8 against the lefty. It's a single. It's the first non-home run base hit he's given up is a single. And let's see if Grisham can go. He needs a 7 to get the lead. It's got to be a 7. Not going to be a 7, so he won't get the lead. He'll hold. And a Zokar is your batter with 2 outs and a runner at first. 4-4 against the right-hander is a catcher X. And we'll look at Austin Barnes. He is a 3E6. 3E6 for a catcher. 3E6. 3 and a 7. Let's see what a 3 and a 7 does for a catcher. Oops, wrong chart. Get this chart in here where it should be. 3 and a 7 is a P/P, and that's a 14. And he is an E6. There's a 14 right here. So it's P/P with an E1. The error on a 6 rated catcher is a 14 and 18. We got a 14. So we go over here to PP and look at the error 1. The batter hits a squib out in front of the plate that the catcher can't handle. It's a 1 base error. So E2 on Barnes, he tried to pick it up and he just kept fumbling it. Couldn't get to it. Now 2 are on with 2 outs for Xander Bogaerts. 9 runs are on base now after the error from Austin Barnes. Urias to Bogaerts. 3-6. Bogaerts strikes out to end the inning. So they get a hit, no runs, a hit, 1 error, and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Still 4-2 men in blue. Blake Snell out to face Rojas. It'll be Rojas, Barnes, and Betts. Snell, 6-8 against a right-hander, struck him out. Rojas is retired. Brings up Austin Barnes. Just made that error. 6-9 against a right-hander. He strikes out. So back-to-back Ks. And that's going to send up Mookie Betts. 1 for 2 with a double. A run scored. 1-6, and that's a 1-6 single. But that's an 11, so he lines it to third. And Machado snags it to end the inning. 3 up and 3 down go the Dodgers. Let's see over here. All right, so we go to the 6th inning. This is going to be the fatigue inning for both pitchers coming up. So have to keep an eye on both pitchers for their fatigue. Let's look at Juan Soto. He's 0 for 2. 5-3. It's a fly ball right field X. That is the right fielder, Mookie Betts. And he's about as good as you can get out there. He's a 1E0. So I believe you don't even have to check anything on him. 1E0 kind of takes care of things. Because nobody's on base, you don't have to worry about what kind of fly ball it is. It's just a 1E0. So he will be a fly ball to right. I would check it if there's a runner on base to see if a runner could advance. But with the bases empty, a 1E0, it's an automatic out. So Machado will step to the plate. He hit the home run his last time up. 410 against a right-hander is a ballpark single check, but it's only a 1-5, but that is a 3, so it will be a base hit for Manny Machado. And he's going to try to get a jump. He needs a 5 to get the lead. Oops, he needs a 5 to get that lead. Can't get it, so he will stand pat. And Nelson Cruz, the DH, steps to the plate. 2-9 against a left-hander is a strikeout. So Cruz out on strikes. And that brings up Cronenworth. And now with 2 outs, they will not hold Machado. Urias to Cronenworth. 5-10. It's a good thing they didn't hold Machado because the shortstop X would have been affected. But since they're not holding him now, the shortstop is free, Rojas. And we'll check Rojas. He is a 1E10. So he's a 1E10. That is a 14, so you know he's going to get to it with the force play. Would have been a double play on a 1 and a 14. It's a G1. That is a 12, and he's an E10. So shortstop E10. There is no 12, so it's good play. And we'll say he just goes the short way, 6-4 for the fielder's choice to end the inning. No runs a hit, no errors, a man left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 4-2 Dodgers, and Urias only has 1 ding against his point of weakness. Blake Snell's point of weakness is also upon us, and Freddie Freeman. You take care, Mark. Have a good evening. I know it's kind of late, but I wanted to get this in. I wanted to wait till Robert had finished his game. Didn't want to overlap him. So I was trying to wait until he finished his game. So that's why I'm a little bit later than what I wanted to start, but that's okay. This game is kind of rolling along pretty good. Knock on wood. 3-7 for Freeman is a fly to left field. 1 away. And that brings up J.D. Martinez. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. 4-6 against a right-hander for Snell is another strikeout. There's a dot there, but he is not tired. So J.D. Martinez has the hat trick, striking out all 3 times. And here is Max Muncy. 3-10 for Muncy. It is a ballpark home run chance. It's a 1-15. That's a 13. It is long, and it is gone. Max Muncy. Solo shot. Let's look at it again. 3-10 for Muncy against the left-hander. Solid home run with the diamond shot. So it is a diamond shot. On that 3-10, it is a diamond shot home run against lefties. 1-15 for the home run. That's a 13. So there you go. It's now 5-2 Dodgers, and Blake Snell might be just about done. 6-7, and that's a ground ball second base X. We're looking at Kim. He's a 1. Kim is a 1E6. We don't need to roll the D20 because you know he's going to get to it as a 1 with the bases empty. Just checking E6. That's a 10. That should be good all day long. Second base E6. Have to have a 3, 16, or 18. The 10 is fine. So it's a good play for, whoops, down here. Good play for Kim. So we completed 6 here at Dodger Stadium. Score the Dodgers 5 and the Padres 2. They will let Urias go a little bit longer. Padre bullpen and Dodger bullpen are both working. So we'll see if they are needed this inning. Austin Nola will lead things off. 3-9 for Nola is a leadoff walk. So now the Dodger bullpen starts to stir. Nola is not going to even be held. He won't go anywhere, obviously. So let's look at the Dodger bullpen, and we'll see who they have available that they could throw out there. Right from the right side, they have Phil Bickford, who later went to the Mets. They have Yency Almonte, another right-hander. Shelby Miller, right-hander. Brusdar Gratterall, a right-hander. And their closer, Evan Phillips, a right-hander. Then 2 left-handers, Alex Vesia and Caleb Ferguson. So those are the bullpen arms at the Dodgers' disposal. And with Urias being a lefty, they're going to get a right-hander up throwing to try to take care of things in case he gets into trouble. And it's going to be Shelby Miller. He's going to be loosening in the pen for the Dodgers. So I'll put Shelby up here as the bullpen. Actually, I'll put him here. He's in the bullpen for the Dodgers. Shelby Miller. Again, Nola not being held. 2 is a chance for a balk or a pass ball. Chance for a balk. Urias' balk rating is a 3. No balk. So we move on. Here is the pitch to Kim. 5-10, ground ball shortstop X. That is Rojas. He's a 1E10, but since somebody's on base, we got to roll the D20 to see if it's a G1 or G whatever. He's a 1E10. 1 and a 9. That might be a double play chance. 1 and a 9 is a G1. That is a 15. I'm sorry, it's a 12. And his error rating, if I remember correctly, is an E10 at shortstop. So you got to make sure we avoid a 12. And we do, 16, 17, 18, or 3. So it's good play, and it's a G1, so it's a 6-4, 3. Double play, and that certainly helps out Urias. Makes 2 quick outs for Trent Grisham. 5-7 against a left-hander is a 1-12 double. That's a 17, though, so it's a fly to center, and that's going to do it. And that's going to cap it for Urias. He's going to go 7 innings, and that's going to be all for him. So Urias is done. And he's going to qualify for the win, obviously. He's going to go 7 innings. He's going to face 26 batters. He's going to give up 4 hits and 2 runs, which were earned, both homers. Let's see here. He didn't hit anybody. Let's check his walks and strikeouts. He walked 1, and that was Nola. That was it. 1 walk. Strikeouts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 strikeouts. So the final line on Urias, 70th pitch, 4 hits, 2 runs. They were earned. 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and of course he is in line to get the win. Now the Padres are going to need some bullpen activity for them as well, because Blake Snell is on his last leg. So we'll check the bullpen arms available for the Padres. From the right-hand side, Steve Wilson, Luis Garcia, let's see, Brent Honeywell, and then they've got 4 left-handed relievers, you believe that. Ryan Weathers, who would go on to Miami later, Tim Hill, Tom Cosgrove, and Josh Hader, the closer. So with Snell there, they're probably looking at a right-hander to bring in. And let's see who they want to bring in. From the right side, got 3 righties. I could always keep a lefty in there. I could always bring a lefty in there, I suppose, because you do have Outman coming up there. So, boy, how do you play this? They're going to have Luis Garcia warming in the bullpen, the right-hander. So Garcia is loosening. Snell hanging on by a thread. Will try to hang on. Snell 4-6 to a right-hander. Struck him out. He's not tired yet. He only gave up 1 hit to cause him to be tired, so he's still okay. And here's Outman. This is his first at-bat since coming in for the injured Thompson. Snell, 3-8 against the lefty, struck him out. So Snell trying to go out with a bang. Here's Rojas. 6-4, ground ball shortstop X. Shortstop is Bogarts. And Bogarts checks in as a 3E8. 3E8 for Bogarts. 3 to 16, he'll get to that all day long. E8 and an 8. E8 and an 8. There is no 8, so it's good play for Bogarts. And it's an easy 1, 2, 3 inning for Snell, but they're going to cap him at 7 innings as well. So that will be all for Blake Snell as well. We'll finish up the numbers on Snell. 7 innings pitched. He also faced 26 batters. All the runs he gave up were earned. So 5 earned runs. He gave up 2 home runs. Also threw a wild pitch. Didn't hit anybody. Hits, he gave up 2, 3, only 3 hits. That's interesting. Only 3 hits. He walked 2. And he struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 strikeouts for Snell. But he's going to be on the hook for the loss. And coming into the game for the Dodgers here in the top of the 8th. And I realized I buzzed right through the 7th inning stretch and didn't even realize it. Oh well, we'll keep rolling. Shelby Miller will be facing Zokar, but he might get pinch hit for. Zokar might get pinch hit for. Let's look at the Padre bench, who they have available. From the right-hand side, they have Campusano, the backup catcher, and Tatis Jr. From the left side, Carpenter and Rougned Odor. So if they wanted to hit for Zokar, you'd be looking at Fernando Tatis. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to bring in Fernando Tatis, and he will stay in the game to play right field. So Fernando Tatis going to pinch hit against Shelby Miller. Shelby Miller is a +8 hold rating, so that's going to make them a +5 as well. Not that San Diego's looking to run. Down 5-2 in the 8th, but you never know. Fernando Tatis against Shelby Miller. 3-4 for Tatis, and he grounds it to short. So Tatis fails in the pinch hitting role. And here is top of the order for Bogaerts. He's 0 for 3. 2-6, not 0 for 3 anymore. That's a solid single. A 1-out single for Bogaerts. He's going to try to get the lead. Needs a 6 to do it. Does not get the lead. Well, if you want to steal without the lead, start with 11 minus 4 being held is a 7 plus the 5 is a 12, but you're down by 3, so I don't think you're going to risk it. They will hold him on, but he's not going to go anywhere. Not down by 3 runs. Miller, 4-9, and that's a walk. So walk to Soto, and now 2 are on with only 1 out, and the tying run is at the plate in Manny Machado. So Miller has to be careful with Machado, who obviously has home run power. He already hit 1 in this game already. 2-3 is a single to right field. It's not a clutch situation because there are not 2 outs, so the single to right will stand. Now the right fielder, Mookie Betts, has a great arm. He has a -3 arm. Not great, but it's very, very good. -3 arm. Bogaerts at second base was being held. He's a 14, being held makes him a 13. So that's a 1-10 and down by 3 runs. I think the prudent move is to hold the runner and keep the bases loaded. So the bases are loaded. 3 straight hits off of Miller, and now the Dodger bullpen starting to stir again. And we may be looking at a new pitcher. Let's see. Kind of early for Phillips. He would need to go 5 outs, and in 2023 they just don't let closers do that. So they're going to bring in, I'm not sure how it's pronounced totally, but I'm going to call him Brusdar Graterol. Just trying to pronounce his name phonetically. It is Graterol. He's going to inherit a bases loaded situation. Miller is going to go 1/3 of an inning, facing 4 batters. Gave up 2 hits and a walk. And all the runners on base are his responsibility. So now Nelson Cruz is up with the bases loaded facing Graterol. With only 1 out. And that's a 1, so a chance of a wild pitch for Graterol. He could wild pitch a run home on a 1-7. And he does. Graterol wild pitches a run home. Makes it a 5-3 game and moves everybody else up and takes away the double play. And now the tying runs are in scoring position for Nelson Cruz. Infield is back. They need the outs. 5-10, and that is a ground ball third base X. That is Muncy, and he's questionable at a 4E22, so the defense could hurt him. 4E22. 4-11, that's iffy. Nobody's being held, so that's positive, I guess. 4-11 is a G3, so the runners are going to advance. The only play is going to be to first. That's an 8, and he is an E22. So we check third base, E22. There is no 8 there. It's a good play. It's going to go 5-3. The only play is to first base. That will score Soto and move Machado up to third base. Now it's a 5-4 game. Those runs are charged to Shelby Miller. And now Cronenworth is your batter. Now Gratterall's got to face 3 batters. Don't forget that. He has to face. That's the rule in 2023. You got to face 3 batters. So you can't bring in a lefty to face Cronenworth. You got to stick with Gratterall. 2 outs. Tying runners at third base. 3-7, and that is a fly to left that's going to end the inning. But 2 runs come in for San Diego on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. So close the book on Miller. He gave up 2 runs. And he didn't quite have his best outing. It's 5-4. Hello, Doug. How you doing? It's 5-4 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And now you wonder if the Padres might go to somebody else in their bullpen as well. Although Garcia pitched a 1-2-3 7th. So I think they're going to leave him out there, actually. I forgot to write him in there, Garcia. He pitched a 1-2-3 7th inning, so why not keep him in there? He's a +8, so obviously that's a +5 for hold ratings. And Austin Barnes, your catcher, will lead things off for the Dodgers. Here in the bottom of the 8th. Padres have some extra bullpen action going here. They do have left-hander Tom Cosgrove in their bullpen. And meanwhile, the Dodgers have their closer, Evan Phillips, loosening in their bullpen. So we got Cosgrove and Evan Phillips. They are the pitchers warming in the bullpen. See, I think I might have messed up the focus there a little bit. Hopefully that's better. All right, so Austin Barnes facing Garcia. We get a 2-6, and that's a single to right field for Austin Barnes. His first hit of the game. He will not be held, will not go anywhere. And here is Mookie Betts. And this might be the last batter. They got Cosgrove ready for Freddie Freeman, so it's probably the last batter Garcia is going to face. Either way you go. 5-2, and as a ground ball, second base X, but nobody's being held. So second baseman Kim will keep his full range, which is a 1E6, so chance to get him out of it with a double play, a 1E6. 1 and a 17 is definitely a G1. We're just checking for an error. E6, and that's an 8. E6, there's no 8. That's going to be a double play. It's going to go 4-6-3. And that might keep Garcia in the game to finish it instead of bringing in Cosgrove for 1 batter. They're going to go ahead and let him pitch to Freeman. Freeman does just as well against lefties as he does righties, so there's really no advantage there. 5-8, and that's a ground ball second base X again. That is, again, Kim. He's a 1, so with nobody on base, you don't need the D20. You know he's going to get to it. He's an E6, and as an E6, as we've seen, he's got to avoid 3, 16, and 18. Those are the error chances. And he does that easily. So, ground out there to end the inning. So, Garcia pitches 2 shutout innings. So, actually, Snell only went 6 innings, not 7. I don't know why I wrote 7 there. Actually, no. That was Garcia's first inning, wasn't it? I got confused there. My bad. Garcia went 1 inning because Snell pitched up to here. 1 inning, 3 batters faced, a hit, and nothing else. So Evan Phillips is your new pitcher for the Dodgers. He is their closer. On the season, he had 24 saves. And scheduled for the Padres is Nola, Kim, and Grisham. So we'll see if that holds to form. Gratterall went 2/3 of an inning, didn't give up anything. Facing 2 batters, didn't give up anything. So now Evan Phillips. And Urias is still in line for the win. Snell still in line to take the loss. So we have Phillips facing Nola. But Nola's going to be called back. He's a 146 hitter. So they're obviously going to look for a pinch hitter in this case. And they could use, they got some lefties, so they're going to go with Rougned Odor, a left-hander. And if the game goes extra inning or to the bottom of the 9th, Luis Campusano, their backup catcher, will catch. But right now it is going to be Odor in a pinch hitting capacity against Evan Phillips. So Odor taking on Phillips here in the, whoops, let's bring this up here. Top of the 9th of a 5-4 game. Thank you, RJO. I'm almost ready to go to bed myself, but trying to finish this game out if I can. Phillips to Odor. 4-10 against a left-hander. That's ground ball set. Boy, 11 would have been a ballpark homer, and it would have. He had normal power against righties that would have tied the game. A 4-11 would have tied the game, or 4-9 could have tied the game. But a 4-10 is just a ground ball to second. That's how close it can come. So Odor is out of there. It brings up Kim. Oh, sorry, put in the wrong spot. Kim is now the batter. 1-6 for Kim against a right-hander is actually a single, so I need to fix that. So Kim gets the single on a 1-6 against right-handers. Solid single for Kim, and he's looking to run. It's a minus, that's just the hold here, a -2 for Phillips, +3 for Barnes makes this a +1. But if he can get the jump, that would be huge for the Padres. If he can get that lead, it's a 2 through 5, an 11, or a 12 is what he needs. 2 through 5, an 11, or a 12 to get the lead. That's an 11. He gets the lead, so he will have to go. 19, being held makes him a 17, and then the +1's an 18. So 1 to 18, he steals it. And he does. Stolen base for Kim. And he is in scoring position as the tying run for Trent Grisham. And they're going to have to hold Kim on because he runs at a 16. They don't want to give him free willy to go on a base hit to the outfield. So they're going to hold him on. Nothing on the havoc. They're going to hold him on as they face Trent Grisham. 4-12 against a lefty, and that's a ballpark blast off of Phillips. That's a 3. Home run chances are 1 to 15. That is long, and that is gone. Trent Grisham, a 2-run homer, and the Padres have grabbed a 6-5 lead off the closer, Evan Phillips. Evan Phillips was 2-4, a 2.05 ERA, and 24 saves, but the Padres say we don't care as they now take the lead 6-5. And Dodger Stadium, all those people that left early to beat the traffic don't realize what's happened. Here's Tatis, 6-5, struck him out number 2, but a little too late. And now Cosgrove has sat down for the Padres, and Josh Hader, their closer, is loosening in the pen for the Padres. So Xander Bogaerts the batter. 4-11, and that's a fly ball right field X. I'm sorry, that's 5-11. 4-11 is a ballpark single check. And that's a 4. Singles are 1 to 5, so Bogaerts will get that single. And he'll be looking to get the lead. He needs a 6 to get the lead. Can't do it, so he's going to have to hold. And they will hold him on for Juan Soto. 5-8 against the lefties. Popped to short. Inning is over, but damage done. 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors and a man left. So 2 in the 8th for the Padres and 2 in the 9th have given them a 6-5 lead as they turn it over to their closer, Josh Hader. So Hader coming to the game 2-3, a 1.28 ERA and 33 saves for the Padres. Josh Hader. He's a -4 hold. And they need a new catcher. My bad, because we pinch hit for the catcher. So Campusano, we got a new battery. Campusano is the new catcher since they pinch hit for Nola. He's a +1, so that's a -3 aggregate for Hader. So it's a -3 if the Padres, or if the Dodgers rather, want to try anything. But Campusano is the new catcher. Due up for the Dodgers, it is Martinez. He struck out all 3 times, but he's a 271 hitter with power, so you're not going to pinch hit for him. They're going to stick with Martinez. Let's look and see who they have on their bench in case they want to have anybody pinch hit for anybody else. From the right-hand side, they have Will Smith. Remember, Trace Thompson already got injured, so they've already used Outman. And from the left-hand side, they have Jason Hayward and David Peralta. So the only righty they have is a backup catcher, or the other catcher, Will Smith, maybe the starting catcher, Will Smith. So we'll see if they maybe pinch hit for Muncy. Although Muncy hit a home run against the lefty last time, so anything can happen. So J.D. Martinez going to be facing Josh Hader here in the bottom of the 9th of a 6-5 ball game. 3-7 against the lefty. Oh, he almost hit a home run there. It's a double. Solid double to right field for J.D. Martinez. Now, do you pinch run for Martinez? That's another option. He only runs at a 10. Peralta runs at a 12. So does Hayward. Boy, who do you want to do with this? You can move up by 2 numbers, which could be big. He is the DH. So they're going to have David Peralta. Peralta will pinch run. He is the pinch runner at second base. He is a 12. And it's going to bring up Max Muncy, the left-hander. But they're going to go ahead and let him hit. He hit the home run last time. He's got a home run pop against lefties. Nothing on the havoc. Hader to Muncy. 2-6, and that's a ground ball second base. That's going to move the runner to third with only 1 out. Now the infield's got to come in for Chris Taylor. Infield for the Padres is in. Hader could use a strikeout right about now. 5-8 against a right-hander, and he gets a ground ball to second. That is Kim. Kim's a 1E6. 1E6. 1E6, and that is an 8, which is a G1, and that's a 9. No error there, so we go to the super advanced board. I'm sorry, that's the X chance, my bad. I use this board. So it is a G1. G1 with the infield in. Infield in, G1, runner at third, batter. Runner at third, batter. So let's see what batter says. Batter's out, runner's advanced only if forced. So he's not forced, so he's got to hold. So it's a good play for Kim. Runner had to hold, 2 down. And now it's up to Miguel Vargas. Last chance for the Dodgers. Vargas, a 195 hitter. Boy, but they don't even else play second base. That's the problem, I don't think. Or could they have... Who else they had play second? They can move Rojas to second. Actually, Mookie Betts could play second, so they could bring in a backup outfielder. Or actually, they're going to use Will Smith. So Will Smith's going to hit for Vargas because Vargas is a weak hitter. So Will Smith will hit for Vargas. The right-hander is going to pinch hit and hit. Will Smith on the season, 261, whereas Vargas hit 195. So to me, that's almost a no-brainer. So Will Smith is in to try to tie this game. One swing of the bat. Nothing on the havoc. Here's Hader to Smith. 1-5, and that is a walk. So Will Smith keeps the game going with the base on balls. And now that'll bring up James Outman. Lefty on lefty matchup. Smith will not be held at first base. So with 2 outs, it's up to James Outman against Hader. 5-2. It's a ground ball second base X again, and that is Kim. He's a 1. E6, so most likely this will end the game. 1-10 is good all day long. That's a G1, and then this is a 13 as an E6. There's a 3, 16, and 18, but no 13, so it's a good play. Kim will make the play once again, and the ball game is over. Hader survives, giving up the hit and the walk to collect the save. He had to go 5 batters to do it, gave up a hit and a walk, but nothing else. Didn't get any strikeouts, which is kind of unusual. He does get the save. The win actually will go to Garcia in relief, and the loss goes to Phillips. So let's see, Phillips gave up, in his 1 inning, he gave up 3 hits and 2 runs. 3 hits and 2 runs. A big homer by Grisham. Did get a strikeout, but that really is inconsequential. So let's look at the... And he faced 6 batters. Okay. So now let's look at the final line score for the Padres. They got 6 runs, and they did it on 9 hits. Were there any errors? There was an E2 on the Dodgers, on Austin Barnes, but I don't see any errors down here, so nothing there and 1 there. Left on base, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 left on base. For the Dodgers, 5 runs on just 5 hits. 1 error, left on 3. So there's your final score. Padres come back to win it 6-5. 2 in the 8th and 2 in the 9th did it. Took the win away from Urias, took the loss off the back of Snell. Garcia gets the win, Hader the save. Evan Phillips takes the tough luck loss. Player of the game, obviously Trent Grisham. He had 2 home runs. Trent Grisham had 13 home runs on the season, but he hit 2 of them today. So how many times is that going to happen? Obviously, one of them was off the pitcher card. The fact that I think they were both off the pitcher card, if I'm not mistaken. So that's Strat-O-Matic for you. Trent Grisham, 2 hits, 3 for 4, with 2 home runs and 3 runs batted in. So your play of the game is Trent Grisham. Padres win it 6-5. I thank all of you for spending part of your Thursday evening with me for some Strat-O-Matic. Hope the view of the cards and everything came into play, pretty good, hopefully. Looks like I'm losing a little bit on the internet for whatever reason. I'm seeing it spin on my end. I'm not sure what it's doing on you guys' end. Hopefully the cards came out looking okay. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like they're still there, but for some reason on my end it's spinning. I don't know why, but it's just my internet, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, that's going to do it from here. Next video on the channel will be Saturday. It'll be the NBC Game of the Week, 1973 Strat-O-Matic. It'll be the St. Louis Cardinals at the San Diego Padres, and that'll be the final game before the All-Star break. So that's what will be coming up. And then probably on Sunday we'll have the next game in the Inside Pitch 1967 American League Pennant Chase. And I'm not sure what that game's going to be yet. We'll figure it out to see who that might be. but I got a feeling it's going to incorporate the Boston Red Sox. But I'll have to let me look up on the schedule and see who's playing who here on that date. I'm pretty much going to eliminate the Chicago White Sox because they're fading so fast. It's not even funny. They're already 8 games out. They started 2.5 out when it started. Now they're already 8. They lost 5.5 games in 14 games. So it looks like the way I'm looking at it, the next game is going to be the Baltimore Orioles at the Boston Red Sox. So that looks like that's going to be the next game on the 67 replay. Like I said, that'll probably be on Sunday. So I do appreciate you all spending part of your Thursday evening with me. And as my internet feels like it's dying out on me, I don't know. It just keeps spinning on me. So we'll go ahead and call it an evening, as I need to get ready for bed here on the East Coast. It's 10:30, and I got to get up at 6:30. So probably need, and I'm an old man, so I need my sleep. So we will just bid you all adieu. And remember the final score: Padres 6, Dodgers 5. As they come back to win it. 2-run homer by Trent Grisham in the top of the 9th off the closer was the final blow that did it for the Padres. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.